Welcome back to the Political Porn Theater. I'm your host, Scott William. Well, the liberals, they're just crazier than ever. And here's another one. This one is responding to Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace. Oops. I misgendered Nancy. Sorry, Nancy. I love you, Nancy. This carbon-based life form here is crazy. Let's listen to her.
This video goes out to Congresswoman Nancy Mace. Congresswoman Nancy Mace, I hope that one day I do find you in that woman's bathroom and I grab your ratty-looking fucking hair and drag your face down to the floor while I repeatedly bash it in until the blood's everywhere and you're dead. Thank you. I hope that Nancy Mace receives this message well. Kisses.
I hope this guy's in jail. That's where he belongs. So, or she, whatever you want to call it. I mean, that's a direct threat. What else can you call that? And I mean, well, depending on where he lives, he probably won't be arrested. We're in a two-tier justice system where only Republicans get arrested for doing nothing, basically. Let's see what this one has to say.
Okay, so you're not coming home for Thanksgiving. Got it? Because we're a Trump family and you now hate us. Okay, cool. So also, you cannot expect to get a Christmas gift. You could also start paying your own car insurance. And don't bother coming for Christmas either. And for New Year's, you know what? Eat some ramen alone, shave your head, and ring in the new year. You're on your own, honey. MAGA 2025.
Based mama there, huh? Holy cow. That's hilarious. She has the right to do that, you know. And it's a daughter that doesn't want to see her, so what are you going to do? All right, let's see what this one has.
Hey, Democrats, how does it make you feel that your president, your sitting president, Joe Biden, that y'all fucking voted in 4 years ago, decided to make a decision to tell Ukraine that they could utilize the long-range missiles that the United States of America provided them to put a strike against Russia? Y'all sit here and say Donald Trump's risking our lives and he's taking away this and he's doing that, when that man just wants peace in those countries. And you know why he wants peace? Because he knows at the end of the day, if there's not peace in those countries, the ultimate sacrifice is the American people. So as you guys are chanting that you support Ukraine and you support the United States doing all of this stuff, tells me that you don't support the American people, because Joe Biden continues to put our lives at risk every single day when he continues to fund this war. And now he's calling the shots and telling Ukraine what they can use and utilize of the United States equipment that was sent over there to attack against Russia. Putin literally said that the Americans continue to add fuel to the fire. We are a target. We are a target because of Joe Biden. And y'all seem not to fucking care. Joe Biden is literally starting a World War III while Donald Trump is trying to create peace in these countries so the American people are safe. And y'all seem to not give a flying fuck. But go ahead, keep sending billions of dollars to Ukraine and keep fucking letting them utilize our equipment to attack another country. But fuck the American people. We don't care about your lives and we don't give a fuck if we get nuked. Makes sense.
I love this woman. She's got it exactly right. I mean, what do you think's going to happen if you keep pushing there's going to be nuclear war and millions of people will be dead? Millions of people on both sides around the world. It's like, how stupid can you get? If I were Trump, I'd tell you what I'd say. I'd tell Zelensky, you fire another missile into Russia, I'm going to hand you over to Russia. That's what I'm going to do, and see what they do with you then. That's what Trump ought to say, and I bet he did probably tell him that. Oh, Lord. It's crazy, though. It's absolutely crazy. We got another one here. All right, this guy here.
You fucked around with your vote. Now it's time you found out. Am I the asshole for cutting off my sons financially after they voted for Trump? I, 52 male, have two sons, Isaac, 22 male, and John, 20 male. My wife and I have always leaned left politically, and
you wrote this up, and why would you air your family grievances online in front of millions of people?
We've raised our kids to value equality, compassion, and critical thinking. We've had countless family discussions about politics and the impact of policies on people's lives. So you can imagine my shock when I found out after this last election that both of my sons voted for Trump.
Yeah.
It came out during a casual family dinner when I asked, "So, who'd you guys vote for?" expecting them to either dodge the question or name one of the candidates aligned with our values. Isaac shrugged and said, "Trump. His policies just make the most sense right now." John chimed in, "Yeah, I mean, he's about protecting the economy. People like us need someone who gets that." I stared at them, stunned. "People like us?" I asked. "Boy, you've never paid for a single tank of gas, let alone rent or tuition. What exactly do you mean by that?" Isaac rolled his eyes. "Dad, I'm studying business. Trump's pro-business. It's not that deep." "It's plenty deep," I snapped. "You're backing someone who's gutted protections for the environment, undermined health care, and actively targeted marginalized communities." John shook his head. "You're just looking at the negatives. He's strong on immigration and keeping jobs here." The conversation spiraled into a heated debate. I couldn't understand how they, having grown up with every advantage I could provide, could support someone who champions policies that harm so many people.
Oh my God.
That night I thought about how much my wife and I had sacrificed to give them opportunities. I worked extra hours to cover their tuition so they wouldn't have student loans. I paid for their gas, car insurance, and even groceries. And this is what they choose to do with that privilege? A few days later I told them my decision. "If you want to support Trump's policies, you should also live by them," I said. "From now on, you'll need to cover your own tuition, rent, and living expenses. Maybe then you'll understand the real-world impact of the policies you are endorsing." Isaac was furious. "Are you serious, Dad? You're just cutting us off because we disagree with you politically." "It's not about disagreement," I said firmly. "It's about accountability. You voted for someone who's against student loan forgiveness, so take out loans. You support someone who doesn't believe in raising the minimum wage, so get a job that pays what it pays and figure it out." John looked hurt. "You're being petty. This isn't how you change someone's mind." "This isn't about changing your mind," I replied. "It's about giving you a dose of reality. FAFO ain't just some cool hashtag you and your little friends use. It means there are consequences to your actions. Political choices have consequences. You're adults now. It's time to act like it. You fucked around with your vote. Now it's time you found out." My wife thinks I'm being too harsh. She worries this will damage our relationship with them long term. She said, "They're young. They're still figuring out their beliefs." "Beliefs have consequences," I told her. "They made a choice. Now they'll learn what that choice means." Some of my friends agree with me, saying it's a fair wake-up call. Others think I'm letting politics come between family and being unnecessarily cruel. So, am I the asshole for cutting off my sons financially because of their political choices? You know, you got a good point. I don't think you're the asshole. I think you're going to let them find out what they fucked around with, their vote. And voting has consequences.
Well, he's got every right to cut his sons off if he wants to, but he's just going to damage their relationship long term. It's like, I mean, when they get married and have kids of their own, they probably won't let old grandpa here see them. I wouldn't let this guy see them because he's a liberal, and I personally wouldn't let him see any kids of mine if I had some, because he's got the woke communist mind virus. Yeah, I mean, he can cut him off if he wants to, but it's kind of cruel to cut him off midstream. I mean, does he want his kids to be homeless? I mean, he could say like, "Well, I'll give you 6 weeks or whatever, or 2 months or something to find yourselves jobs and take care of yourselves." But I mean, to cut them off immediately, they might be homeless. Who knows? And so yeah, he is an asshole. That's my opinion. I think he's an asshole. All right, what we got next? All right.
So if you don't already know, I actually live in a really red state, Idaho. Our vote don't even fucking count, right? So I'm surrounded by KKK
You're free to leave.
members, right?
There ain't such a thing as a KKK member anymore. Find me one. I haven't seen one in decades.
Well, today my granddaughter's mom say, hey, we should go out into public shopping and this and that today. Find her a dress. You know, I sat there for a second thinking it through. And I was like, I don't know if that's a good idea. Because when you have a cute baby with you, people tend to come up like they always do in Idaho. They so fucking friendly over here.
Oh, how terrible.
Look at the baby. Now, see, I'm going to be like this. That's why I try to not look friendly no more.
No chance of that.
Did you vote for Trump? Let him tell me yes. Let him tell me yes. The answer then will be, you are a fucking threat to me. Get the fuck away from me before I have to take your head straight off your shoulders.
Boy, she's stupid.
So if you...
Like the threat, well, yeah, Trump supporters are a threat. This is their theme that's going around. If you look at any statistics out there, the people you should be least afraid of are Trump supporters. There's no doubt about that. Crazy woman. Another crazy woman. There's lots of them out there. And let's see, where are we next? There's another one. That's this one up too.
No, because I actually find it hysterical how a lot of Republicans and Trump supporters like to say that colleges and universities brainwash their students to be liberal, when it's like, have they ever just stopped to think that maybe, just maybe, that people that graduate college and are educated with a degree are more likely to lean liberal because they're smarter?
Nope, never
Just a
considered
thought.
that.
I can't with y'all. I really can't.
Yeah, I graduated with a college degree, and I don't consider people that graduate with degrees smarter than everybody. That's just, such hubris to consider that. And I guarantee she wouldn't know what that word meant. Oh, Lord. Who's next? Let's see what this woman has to say.
Tell y'all a conversation that I had with the cashier here in my little Trump town at a fast food restaurant. So I pull up to the first window, and it's a younger black girl, and she looks at me. She's like, "Are you okay?" And I know I look disheveled, and I said, "No, I ain't been all right since November 7th." She said, "I heard that." And I said, "Yeah." She goes, "Well, I'm sorry, it's going to be a minute on your fries." And I said, I'm on the clock, and
why November 7th? The election was November 5th.
I work for a family business, and they all voted for Trump, so fuck them. Take your time. She laughed. So then I get to the second window, and it's an older white lady. She's like, "How are you?" And I was like, Like, I didn't respond. She hands me my stuff. She's like, "Have a nice day." I didn't respond. You're like, "Why are you being rude to the white lady?" Because 52% of you bitches voted for him. And you'd be like, "Well, it wasn't me." And I'm like, I'm to the point in my life, I don't need any more white friends. The only white friends I got is the white friends I got right now. And if you're a white person and you ever want to be my friend, you're going to have to go through a whole rigmarole to get into my space. I don't trust a fucking one of you. Anyway, I love y'all. Y'all have a good night. Tell y'all a conversation.
I don't know. She looks pretty white to me. I don't know why she hates herself, but... And who'd want to be her friend, because she's nuts. That's hilarious. Who's the next freak we got online here? Who's the next one? This lady.
You know how we could have gotten white women to not vote for him?
Yeah?
Let them know that their nail girl might be deported.
Oh my God, the nail girl might be deported? Oh. Oh Lord, they just get crazier all the time. Oh my goodness.
Hi, listen, if someone voted against your humanity, you're not going to go home and see them over Thanksgiving. You're not going to see them at Christmas. Just because, listen to me, just because someone is genetically related to you does not mean they automatically get your time, attention, respect. And to be more specific, being genetically related to someone does not mean that they get your sacrifice of your respect for yourself.
Ugh.
Hi, listen.
That guy just makes me sick. I'm sorry, what he does. Ugh. Ugh. Oh my God. That's terrible. All right, this lady. Let's see what this lady's up.
I just received an email of somebody who wants flowers for their Yay Trump Won celebration. And I want to make it perfectly clear. absolutely in no way will I support that.
Well, then you should be sued. Remember that cake maker that wouldn't Christian cake maker that wouldn't make gay cakes, cakes for a gay celebration or wedding or something? They sued the guy, and he's been in courts for decades. I think it's been about a decade he's been in court fighting that. So this woman should be sued too then.
In no way. Evidently, this is a past client, a parent of a past couple. He asked me if I'm willing to alienate 50% of the population of potential customers. Yes. Yes, I am.
Well,
that's how strongly I feel about this. I won't do business with people who support
a great
president-elect, and it is because I need to create a safe place for me, my staff, and my family.
What are you afraid of? So she is the owner of Everbloom Design in Memphis. So you know what to do. Boycott her. She asked you to. So why go ahead and give her business when she don't want it in the first place? That's true. That is true. And last but not least,
if you've lost faith in humanity, clap your hands. If you've lost faith in humanity, and this is your villain origin story, if you've lost faith in humanity, clap your hands.
all right, that's going to do it for this episode of Liberal Freakout Stories. I'm your host, Scott William. Like and subscribe, and I will be back.